All right. Hello, my name is Lawrence Boo Mitchell. I was born in 1971.
Um, can you talk a little bit about your childhood in Memphis and the music you were exposed to at a young age?
My childhood, I had an interesting musical childhood because my dad produced all the Al Green records. And so I grew up listening to R&B, rock, disco, and stuff like that. Um, Casey and the Sunshine Band, the
Did you
Jacksons.
did you visit the studio a lot when you were younger with your dad?
Yeah, more probably when I was about 6 or 7 is when I started kind of coming down here a lot. By the time I was 9, I would spend like summers down here.
Cool. So, hold on. So, what's one of your earliest memories of the studio?
God, it was probably yeah, it's probably like 75 or something like that. But we used to have an old Coke machine down here, like with the door and the Coke bottles, and that was kind of for a while that's what my favorite thing was to do. Couldn't wait to get my hands on the Coke machine. And one of my first like musical memories. Let me see, that would have been maybe a little later in the 70s, maybe like 77, 78. I just remember like being down for long sessions and going to sleep under the board or whatever.
So when did you know you wanted to be a producer?
When at age 9, yep. So it would have been about it's about 80. Okay, so whenever Star Wars came out, I went to see Star Wars, and I was like, oh man, it looks like the studio, So that kind of piqued my interest more, and I guess about the time I was 9, I was like, yeah, I want to do exactly what my dad does. So.
Did your dad encourage you, like when you made that decision?
He didn't. I mean, nobody knew that I had made that decision. I mean, I took piano lessons and stuff, but yeah, I never really told anybody that's what I wanted to do. But he, when he saw me taking interest, and me and my brother taking interest, like he would definitely encourage it. Like he bought us a little 4-track cassette recorder. I was probably about 15, I guess. And then he bought us some synthesizers and some drum machines and stuff, and then we started making records.
Do you have any memories of your dad playing when you were younger?
Playing piano, I never. By the time I was born and came up, he wasn't really doing the Willie Mitchell band thing anymore because he was kind of full time producing all the Ann Peoples and Al Green, Otis Clay and stuff. He did do one. Hmm, he did one show when we had a club on Beale Street, and he actually did a concert there. That was in the 90s though. But when I was growing up, all I would see him play would be the piano and vibraphone and stuff like that.
Cool. Would you consider yourself a part of the Memphis music tradition?
I'd consider myself as one of the people that's trying to keep the tradition going. I mean, that's, you know, I've done some cool stuff, but nowhere to me near as cool as, guys like my dad and the other guys that kind of built it. I I'm just like, I guess a custodian of it, you know, a caretaker of it, trying to make sure that the tradition lives and that, you know, people know we still exist.
So, of the three, songwriting, playing, and producing, which one do you enjoy the most?
Man. Probably producing. Probably producing, then songwriting, then playing. That order.
When was the first time you actually started like working at High? Like,
My first session was the first time I got paid was I played keyboards on Al Green had this song called "As Long as We're Together," and it was a gospel album. I guess that was 1988. I think it's 87. I think it was 88.